Welcome back to what Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Bat Châtillon 155-58. It's a tier 10 French SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Tundra and it's under the command of Scrappey. Now it's 155mm howitzer on a turret that will actually turn the whole way round, and originally they were built on the chassis that was designed for an M47, the pattern tank. But these Arty never got put into production. The skin, by the way, actually comes from Sir Rusty. He designed this one, not jazzy, but it's a very nice skin with our logo on the side. Well, this happens to be one of the faster Artys in the game. These and the Lorraine versions, and of course the Burt, which is the fastest Arty of all. Really zips around the battlefield, so you can actually relocate very quickly. And it looks like he's going to take this off into the northwest corner of the map and fire from there. Okay, there's some enemy coming over to this side of the map, so he might be able to shoot directly down the alleyway on the west side. But he's actually decided straight away to aim at the hill. And over there we've got an Object 277 and the T100LT. Dialing in. It's got 3 shots to fire. It's a magazine. Going for the Sheridan first. Rounds out. It's missed the Sheridan, but it splashes him. 128. He's taken some more damage. 10 seconds between each shot. Round out for the second shot. Oh, and that one misses altogether and lands well behind the Sheridan. You can see lands almost about 50 yards behind him. Wasn't even in the same postcode. Well, the turret's turning round and we're now aiming for an IS-7 and a Panzerkampfwagen 7, or Panzer 7. Going for the Panzer 7 and a direct hit, but he was unsighted at the time the round lands and it didn't do any damage whatsoever as far as we can make out. Or did it? No, unfortunately there's 2 Panzer 7s there, and we can see the other one's lost 4% of his health, so it appeared it did do some damage. Okay, we're waiting for the reload to go through. It's a full magazine rate reload. Then he'll have 3 shots, 10 seconds apart, so 30 seconds to shoot them all. And he went round the corner of that Panzer 7, thought, very clever, I've got round, and then died. Well, that's a direct hit, and he hit both tanks. Or 3 tanks actually with 1 shot. He also hit a T110 E4. So that was a very useful shot. And again, he's fired another round in, hit the E4. This time it was 360 hit points, almost ready for his next shot. Goes in for the Panzer 7. Well, he didn't penetrate, but he did stun him anyway. And he might have done some unsighted damage to the T110E4. We don't know. If it was alongside the Panzer 7 when that round hit, it probably would have been splashed. But since this is one of the Arty that was nerfed after 1.5, well, the amount of the damage would have been far less than prior to 1.5. Well, the team's doing rather well. They're 2 tanks up on the enemy. That IS-7 is very low on health, and he probably won't survive another Arty round into him. If he turns and drives back towards the east, we'll be okay. We'll get a shot at him. In the meantime, we've hit both of those tanks again, the Panzer 7 and the T110E4. But I suspect... oh no, the IS-7 is dead. He was just killed by our ship bomb. And now our 705's going in for the kill on that Panzer 7. We fire 1 quick round in, splash him. Only 2 hit points, but we tracked him. And that means we'll pick up damage assist. Now we can't fire at that target now because there's too many of our teammates alongside. We damage them, so we're just going to have to hold our fire. We've only got 1 round left, I think, or is it in reload? No, we've got no rounds left. We are actually in a reload, but the mods aren't giving us the correct position. It's saying we're loaded, but we're not. And and the Panzer VII's been killed. So that damage assist has really helped us, because we're now up to 1.2k of actual damage, 1.2k of assisted damage. And there is a Jaegeru. He's now about to be hit, and he's a dead Jaegeru. That round hit him and overwhelmed his armor, and he's out the game. Okay, well, there's only 2 enemy tanks left, an Object 277 right up on top of the hill, all on his own, and an enemy Arty we haven't found yet. And I reckon that enemy Arty will probably be located somewhere either in the southwest or the southeast of the map. T110E3 is just going around the corner. Will he spot the enemy? We're focusing on the 277. There's the Object 261. He is in the southwest. T110E3 knows where he is. It's going after him. Either that or the Rheinmetall Panzer wagon will spot him as he goes around the corner and ambush him. There he is. Or is it the Rheinmetall Panzer wagon is on his side? Oh dear. And we're in reload, so we can't hit the 261. No, he was AFK. Sorry, he wasn't on his side, he was AFK. Well, there is the 261, the last enemy remaining. Oh, and now he's dead. Game over. And before Scrappy gets a reload in, let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's the first lost tanker for Scrappy in the Bat Châtillon 155-58. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 9 in total. And he got a Confederate medal. He managed to hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. And you've heard me say often enough, but I will repeat it here again. If you get a Confederate medal, it means that you were hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on your team, and that you were helping your team to suppress those enemies, because you didn't kill them, but you certainly stripped them of a lot of their health, and that meant that it was easier for your teammates to take the kills. So they either got the kills to get the top guns or the whatever awards they were after, but you actually benefited by softening the enemy up in the process. So it's a very good award to get, the Confederate, because it means you were very busy trying to do your best to support the team. So let's have a look at the team score. Well, not the highest damage, quite a long way down the table. Scrappy only managed to get 1,582 hit points of damage during that game, which put him, well, down in the bottom half of the table. There's quite a few tanks ahead of him. In fact, actually, it was the ship barn who managed to get the highest amount, 3,419 for him. And then the pattern, the M48A5 pattern, the tier 10 one, got 3,198, and the Jaegeru 3,161. When it came to kills, well, I'm afraid that Scrappy only managed to get the 1 kill out of that game. The Jaegeru was a nice kill, but yes, it was only 1 on his own. And the highest scorer was, in fact, that M48 pattern, managed to get 4 kills. And his ship barn managed to get 2 as well. But when it came to base XP, you can see here, he actually did rather well here, because the pattern managed to get the high amount with 959, and Scrappy managed to get 875, which is why he ended up with the first class. If he managed to get a bit more, I think he probably would have ended up with the ace tanker, but it was close enough. And you can see a lot of medals there for the, well, minor medals for the other members of his team. So let's have a look at the detail report. He fired 12 rounds during that game, got 4 magazines worth out of it, got 8 direct hits, but no penetrations, I'm afraid. The armor's just too strong. Splash damage on 17, which means if he only fired 12 shots and got 17, some tanks he did hit more than once. He did damage of 1,582 hit points, and all of it was at more than 300 meters. He hit 7 of the enemy and only killed 1, and that's why there's 6 difference, and that got him the Confederate. He also did damage assistance of 1,240 hit points and stun assistance of 4,311 hit points off 17 stuns. On a free-to-play account, he earned 47,765 credits, and after resupply of ammunition, and remember this is the 155mm ammunition, which means it's relatively cheap compared to some of the high-caliber weapons you get, he actually still took away a profit of 34,000 325 credits, and that's from a free-to-play account. So you can tell, obviously, with 1.5 times that value for a premium account, you would have taken out home quite a bit more. Unfortunately, it's not showing those figures here on this replay account, so unfortunately we're not seeing exactly how much it was, but we certainly would have been more. He received 875 base XP, got ×2 for the first victory of the day, picked up a personal reserve for 438, took away 2,188 experience points altogether. So, a very good game there by Scrappey, and he didn't have to move once during the game because, of course, he was pumping in those shells as effectively as he could to stop the enemy coming through that pass. And, of course, with the help of that 705 who was holding the gates, he was able to punish the enemy and have a bit of fun at the same time. And I always love a game where you can do that, where you can actually make a positive contribution to the game. So, if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel. We have great replays like this all the time, so do stay tuned to, and you will see some more interesting games shortly. Thanks for watching.